Hi there, Jill Lee, founder and director of the Energy Healing Institute. If you'd like to learn more about energy healing, consciousness, evolution, practitioner programs, then check us out at energyhealinginstitute.org. This is the last video in my series on 5 reasons not to decide to be an energy healing practitioner. And I want to say that this isn't really just about energy healing. This is about thinking more deeply about the what and the why of moving into this kind of a role. Sometimes the idea of doing so is really compelling, and people jump right in because it feels like, wow, that's me. And yet, there's so much involved in becoming a professional practitioner, in learning how to run a practice, in learning how to do all the things you got to do to thrive in that practice. As someone who has taught practitioners energy healing for years upon years upon years, and who in this moment today consults with practitioners on how to grow and thrive in their practice, I want you to know I'm using these examples because I have heard them so many times. And I can tell you that if I said yes to people who started with these ideas as being the right ideas for being a practitioner, they'd all flame out. Reason number 5, my hands get tingly and hot when I put them near people. So I must be a healer. And there's even courses out there, programs out there that will tell you if your hands get hot or your hands get cold or your hands tingle, then it's a sign of something significant. Efficacy, capability. And I don't like to make other people wrong at all. I will tell you that when you study energy deeply, you realize that those kinds of sensation, they're feedback, they're information, but they're not really anything other than that. And they don't mean what people think they do. Hot isn't good and cold bad. Cold isn't good and hot bad. Tingles or no tingles, it's not a thing. What it means is, as you're using your hands to do whatever work you're doing in a field, your energy is picking up energy. And so if your hands are cold or hot or tingly, or one practitioner told me that her hands felt like oven mitts for pulling hot things out of the oven, like real thick and puffy, it's just feedback. Now, there's a lot to this because feedback is feedback. I don't mind feeling sensation in my hands as I'm working in a client's field because they're the tools that I'm using in that client's field. I don't want to assess that information. I don't want to engage with that information in a knowing, felt sense kind of way. When practitioners tell me it starts to move up their arms and things like that, we have an energy hygiene problem. So know that if you have sensations in your hands when you hold a ball of energy, for example, and I would encourage you to try this. Just grab a ball of energy. See if you can notice the pressure on your hand chakras. Pull it like taffy, very slowly. Do you feel those things? Do you feel warm? Do you feel cold? That's just normal feedback. If you feel nothing at all, you're not broken, and it doesn't mean you can't be a practitioner. It means that your hand chakras don't pick up sensations in that kind of a way. So if you still feel compelled that you want to be a practitioner, then dig in deeper and figure out what's the real motivation behind this process. Why do I want to do this? Because it goes way beyond having hot or cold or tingly hands. There's so much to do to succeed as a practitioner. And I really encourage you to watch all of the videos in the series. And if you're really serious about working as a practitioner, check out the practitioner programs at energyhealinginstitute.org and get a sense of the commitment that we have learned over time is really essential for people to thrive in an energy healing practice.